Hi, this is Karen from White Willow. Today we are going to talk about Maca, M-A-C-A. It can come in a powder, it can come in a chip. It has many benefits. It has 3 different colors to it, usually black, red, and yellow, and it's in the skin of the Maca root. So they each have a little bit of a different benefit, but the big one is fertility. We really have a decline, and it depends on what statistics you pull up, because I did pull them up this morning, in a decline in fertility. There's a lot of different things that they say on the government websites. They say it's from drug overdose, which is probably true. They say that it's because the family unit, well, they didn't say it this way, but the family unit is breaking down. People are concentrating on their jobs more than they are families. There's more people that don't want to have children. They want to just focus on traveling. So these are things that all contribute to the lack of reproduction, but not necessarily the decline in actual fertility. So we're going to look at 2 of them today. Red powder, red maca, is good for women in fertility. It's good for menopause, women with menopause, and it's also good for osteoporosis. So these are things that are going to benefit with red maca powder. So I'm actually going to make some capsules today of red maca and black maca for some of my customers. I also have the maca root chips in alcohol, so that takes 8 weeks for that tincture to actually pull that the medicinal purposes out of that root into the liquid itself. So they won't be ready till January. But in the meantime, I have the maca powders. The first one we're going to use is the red maca, and I'm going to go ahead and make some capsules. While I'm getting started, I just wanted to go over a couple other things that the red maca is good for, and that is chronic fatigue. It's good for depression, stress, as we said, bone density, also hair growth and acne. So it's actually like a wonder herb. It's just really something that you want to keep in your home. If you're a tincture collector, you need to have this one added to it. Mine will be ready in January 15th or so. So you really want to keep this in your cabinet as well. And you really want to have a list, and I'm giving postcards out with each herb that I sell, or a tincture or capsule, that tells the benefits of each herb. So I went ahead and made the capsules, and I'm going to tincture some black maca and some red maca. We kind of went over the red maca. The black maca is good. This is mostly for men. They do have the combination of the macas. This is really good for male fertility, for erectile dysfunction, for prostate issues. Also, it's really good for muscle building and energy and stamina and endurance. So black maca is really like what I like to say is the men's superfood, and the red maca is for the women's superfood. Both fertility related, and that's mainly, I use it for osteoporosis or osteoarthritis. I use it for that. I use that in turmeric and many other things. Mullein for respiratory issues. But anyway, tinctures are really where it's at. So we're gonna go ahead and tincture one of the bottles right now. I just buy 1 million bottles of vodka at Sam's. So I look like a complete lush when I am going to the store. So we are literally just going to, I have about 1 cup of maca in the bottom of this. This is root maca, this is chips. It's not the powder. The powder I put in the capsules, and the chips I go ahead and make a tincture out of. Now this takes about 8 weeks when it's chips. So chips, bark, root, anything like that. So this will expand a little bit, not quite as much as leaves will, but I'm gonna go ahead and fill it up. to right at that ring. So that is the black maca. Here is the red maca, and the red maca kind of has a little bit of a red color to it. You can kind of see it. We're gonna go ahead and pull this one. And I just went and got some more vodka today because this was the last of it. So, onto my other bottles. You can get it open. We're gonna go ahead and top that off. Right at that bottom. We're gonna leave a little bit of room just for shaking it, but this is close enough. This is the red maca. Let me make sure I don't get my lids on the wrong jar. I went ahead and labeled them before I started. You're gonna shake this up. You're gonna shake this up for the first couple weeks, like every few days. I'm not a die-hard shaker of my tinctures, but you know, they'll say shake them every day, but I don't. But this will really be great in 8 weeks, and we'll be able to have a good amount of tincture here. I'm gonna go ahead and just do, since I have the vodka out, I'm gonna go ahead and do my Life Everlasting as well. And I'm gonna start to strain a couple of my other tinctures that are ready to go and bottle up. Pay attention to my tincture video. You're gonna love it. You're gonna really get educated on why we need tinctures. What do we do with tinctures? Why do we keep them? How long do they last? So go ahead and reach out to my White Willow 142 YouTube video and make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this video. So before I close this video, I wanted to actually show you the black maca and the red maca. I also wanted to show you that when I tinctured these, they absorbed a lot more of the alcohol than I had anticipated. Remember, we put 1 cup and the rest full of alcohol in both of these. Well, they really expanded. So I did get some half-gallon jugs, and it's always good because you always want tincture, and I sell it. So I'm going to go ahead and pour these in to this bigger jar. It's going to be a little bit messy. I probably should have used my canning funnel, just because it would have flowed a little better. So then I'm just going to add a little more alcohol to that, because I'll scrape this out in a minute. But I do want to add, you can see the difference. It's pretty high. It expanded, and roots and barks and stuff can. They also can with the leaves. You just, you know, have to kind of know your herb, or just play with it and just add a little more the next day, which literally this is the next day. So I'm going to add a good bit of alcohol so that we're more than half of the alcohol and the rest the herb. And this might expand still a little bit more, but I did want to tell you that I live on a busy road, that that this can be added to later. I mean, I probably wouldn't go 2 weeks, a month later, and then just kind of have the same, you won't have the same end product. You want that alcohol to sit in the root, bark, chips for 8 weeks minimum. And then you can go ahead and get a good extraction from that. And the longer it sits, the better. Remember, the tinctures last years and years and years, 10 years. Don't think that this isn't something you don't need now, so you just don't have to worry about it. No, you need to make all your tinctures now. When we become into a pharmaceutical crisis, you will be glad you have tinctures. So that's it for just a little refresher on the size and how much it absorbs. So pay attention to that. Go ahead and throw some more alcohol on it the next day, and then shake it up like it was. Let me get the right lid on it. And then we're back to just starting over just a day later. So the date's the same. I do date and put what is in it on the top of the jar. Sometimes I forget, and then I don't know. So there you have it. It looks great, fantastic. And as always, thank you for watching White Willow.